Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Happy Saturday, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. I hope you guys are all doing well out there, enjoying your Saturday. Hopefully it's a relaxing one. Hopefully it's a good one for you guys. We got a quick story for you guys, but we got a quick story for you guys. This one's kind of sad, but it also sparks some questions out here. I got a lot of questions for this one. I'm going to be real, but at the same time, this is something that has been breaking since this morning. And it's still developing as we speak. A lot of people in the NFL world, a lot of athletes are really shook by this news about the death of this young man. I got to be real. It's shocking. I'm absolutely shocked that this situation is a real story. It's always terrible to hear when a young individual passes away. I mean, 24 years old. 24 years old is, you haven't even scratched the surface of life yet, in my personal opinion. So hearing about this story is really sad. But the thing is it sparks a lot of questions, y'all. You see the title down below, and I have a lot of questions. I wouldn't be talking about it if I didn't have all these damn questions popping up. You'll see here in a second, and I'll explain why in a little bit, okay? But first, before we jump into everything, welcome to the Pascal Show. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Do me a small favor. Hit that like button down below. Send those likes past 100 likes. I see a bunch of y'all starting to file in. It's Saturday. I know for some of y'all, it may be Sunday morning right now if you're watching this as well. Hey, hopefully you're having a wonderful weekend, doing something prosperous, doing something positive with your weekend, okay? But we got to talk about this particular one. I mean, this is not great news, okay? And when is the last time we actually came onto the show and actually talked about good news? Real talk. It sucks, but that's what the news is. You know what I mean? Them are the breaks. So we got to talk about this, but hit that like button down below. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the conversation I had with my boy Nico Smith last night. If you haven't gotten a chance to check that out, please do so. It was a fire conversation, kind of finally hammering that final nail in the coffin of that Will Smith dilemma, closing that chapter, closing that book. And then, of course, if there's more information that pops up, of course, we will talk about that. But for right now, we can put that story to rest for a little while, which I'm very excited about because I got so many other stories, so many other scandalous and salacious conversations that we need to have right here on this show. So we are going to talk about some crazy stuff in the very near future. Even a couple hours from now, I'll be back on talking about another crazy story with y'all. We're going to get into that one a little bit later. It has to do with an OnlyFans model murdering her boyfriend. I talked about it a couple days ago, but there's new information and it's insane. We are going to be talking about that a little bit later on today. Okay, so just be on the lookout for that. But anyway, guys, this is very interesting, and people are already asking the right questions. Lori Hensley, thank you. You're asking the right questions. Let me throw up that question real quick. I'm just going to put it up there. I'm not going to say anything, but you see that question right there? That's exactly what I have in my head as well. Why? Okay? So we're going to get into it, but haven't said this yet. Please, if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button. It really mean a lot to me, okay? Hit that subscribe button. We're working our way towards 100,000 subscribers, so please join the family. Hit that join button, by the way. Support this show and join my Patreon. Got a gang of stuff coming out today and on Monday. And you want to be on that Patreon, okay? So anyway, we got to get into these stories, y'all. And the basil hangover. No hangover over here. I'm good. I had a great time last night with all y'all, chilling with you guys, chopping it up with you guys about all the things that have been going on with this whole thing of Will Smith. But that's not what we're here for today. Okay? Today, we need to talk about this young man, Pittsburgh Steelers QB, quarterback, Dwayne Haskins. He is now no longer here. He crossed over earlier this morning at the age of 24. This is a young man that now my heart's broken, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's 24 years old. He hasn't even scratched the surface of life yet. The potential had not even been able to be realized because he's no longer here. And there's a lot of questions that I have. Well, there's one main question that I have, but we got to get into this article. We got to go into some things, and we got to talk about this. And this also makes me realize how important and how sometimes I rhyme slow, sometimes I rhyme quick. It's crazy how quickly life can just be, you know what I'm saying? A life can be snuffed out like that, and it's terrible. Okay, and in this particular situation, it's heartbreaking. You know, it makes you want to go and like call your loved ones and just. I know that's really selfish, but it does make you realize how quickly we are here and how quickly we are gone. And then there's all the regret of the ideas of, oh, I didn't get a chance to say my goodbye to that person, or I didn't get to squash that beef with that person, so on and so forth. So this is a sad story, y'all. Young man, a QB, by the way, a black quarterback. I mean, yes, there are more coming out in the game of football, but they are very rare. It's still a very rare breed. So I give him mad props for being a leader. They say he's such a good man, that he had such a good heart. He had this energy, this light, and now he's no longer here. But we got to get into this article before I start getting into all the ooey gooey stuff. Okay, Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback and OSU standout Dwayne Haskins, 24, passes away after being hit by a dump truck while walking along the highway in Florida, where he was participating in off-season training. Okay. This young man got hit by a dump truck, y'all. A dump truck. Now, there's speculation, there's stories that they say that he was trying to cross the interstate. He was trying to cross the highway, and yet he still got hit by a dump truck. How's that even possible? Let's get into this article, shall we? So, Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback and former Ohio State standout Dwayne Haskins was unalived. I'm sorry, I have to say that stuff, code words and stuff, after being struck by a dump truck along a South Florida highway. Imagine that. That's just insane. That's absolutely insane. Getting hit by a dump truck, y'all. It's over after that. It's a wrap. Okay, Haskins, 24, was hit by a truck on Interstate 595 in Fort Lauderdale early Saturday morning as he attempted to cross multiple lanes of westbound traffic. State troopers confirmed to Daily Mail, which is the article I'm reading right now. He was pronounced dead at the scene shortly after 6:30 a.m. Now, I don't know, because you got to put some certain things into consideration. One, he's trying to cross the highway at a, probably like 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Around 5 o'clock in the morning, let's just say. Was the sun up at that time? Was it pitch black out there? Were there lights? Are there lights on the highway so that because sometimes in Florida, Because I've driven through Florida many, many times, and sometimes you are driving, if it's dark around that time, sometimes you are driving in areas that are just pitch black. You can't see not a damn thing if you are the driver. But this young man was crossing the interstate. He was crossing multiple lanes on Interstate 595 at 5 o'clock in the morning on a Friday night, Saturday morning. It's very strange, y'all. Very strange. So continuing, police said it remains unclear why the NFL player was walking along the highway. Traffic homicide investigators have launched a probe into the crash, noting that no further details will be provided at this time. And here is, of course, Dwayne doing what he does best. He was one hell of a player, too. He was one hell of an athlete, by the way. Now, you got all this here. It says, police say, I'm just going to read the caption underneath this photo. But it shows this is Highway I-95. This is Interstate 595. So it says police say Haskins was attempting to cross the Interstate 595 in Fort Lauderdale around 6:30 a.m. Saturday. So I guess it was. I mean, the sun was up. The sun at least was starting to get up around that time. You know, it was like the breaking of dawn, right? So this is they said that this was around 6:30 a.m. excuse me. This morning when a truck struck him. He was pronounced dead on the scene. It remains unclear why the NFL player was walking along this very highway, y'all. Now, I want to see, maybe there's some other photos here that we can take a look, but you can see right here, y'all. This is a very large interstate. It's a large highway from what I see. And I'm assuming what they have coned off here is the scene of where he had passed. Now, this is from the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers saying, Mike Tomlin, he says, I'm devastated at the loss and at a loss for words with the unfortunate passing of Dwayne Haskins. He quickly became part of our Steelers family upon his arrival in Pittsburgh and was one of the hardest workers both on the field and in our community. Dwayne was a great teammate, but even more so, a tremendous friend to so many. I am truly heartbroken. Our thoughts and prayers are with his wife, Calabria. Hopefully I'm saying her name right. I'm so sorry if I'm destroying it. And his entire family during this difficult time. And this is from the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I don't blame him. I mean, I would be just at a loss for words. I would just be as shocked. I would just be as torn up. And this is him with his wife. Great looking couple. 24 years old, y'all. 24. And was crossing the highway basically in the middle of the night in a way. Right before, people are up going out, to go to work and all that stuff. But a lot of people get up and go to work. Sometimes go to the gym, go to work, all that stuff around that time as well. But Friday night, basically Saturday morning, what is he doing? Was he on his way to work out? Was he on his way to a training session? You know what I'm saying? Like a workout with the team to practice? What was he doing in the middle of the street? In the middle of the highway, I'm sorry. What was he doing? There he is again. And from what I'm hearing, because I'm not sitting here saying that I'm a huge football fanatic, but from what I understand, this was a very talented man. He was a very talented athlete. The fact that he was also QB says a lot. Because just imagine, let's be real. How many black How many black QBs are in the NFL right now? There's not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot. So to just even get into that spot, to get even that placement, and to be drafted as one, not being like, oh, yeah, I know you got a great arm, but we want you to play this other position because you got speed instead. The fact that they're going, no, he's got this great arm. He's an incredible QB. Bang. It's big time. Big time, y'all. But I want to show you guys that again, the highway. And then we're going to continue. But you can see right here, I mean, that's a big ass highway. Zozo Bob said something. Let me pull this up really quick. And I appreciate all your comments, y'all. I know this is not like huge, salacious news for everybody, but still, this is, I think, a very important conversation that we need to have. And I think this is universal for every single last one of us. Zozo Bob said, Pascal, police say he was trying to cross Interstate 595, which is not for pedestrians. Clearly, if you see the photo here, let me blow this back up here. If you see the photo here, this is not a pedestrian-friendly area to cross. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, look at it. This is not a spot that you cross the street on. So why was he crossing the street on that particular highway? I got more things to say about this. I got more questions. We're going to get into it, but I want to get through the rest of this article real quick. By the way, he was literally right around the corner from turning 25 next month. So they say here in this article, he was set to turn 25 next month. He was training in South Florida with the Pittsburgh Steelers when the fatal accident occurred early Saturday morning. His agent Cedric Saunders confirmed to ESPN. Now, of course, the head coach Mike Tomlin confirmed the reports of his passing and issued his condolences to Haskins' loved ones and everybody who was a fan of his work. Real talk. We just read his statement. Adam Schefter, who is on ESPN, says Dwayne Haskins, a standout at OSU, Ohio State University, before becoming Washington's first-round pick and playing in Pittsburgh, died this morning when he got hit by a truck. This is before they got new developing news, which is now a dump truck in South Florida, per his agent saying this. And he was about to turn 25 years old at the top of May. This is a young man. This was a young man. And now he is no longer here. So there's obviously some more information about like his of course, his stats and what he did and how incredible of an athlete he was. And the dude was, the man was talented. Let's just say that. But I do find this whole situation very strange. And you might be going, why? Why are you saying that, Pascal? Well, first off, let's start off with the first thing. Let's just call it out. The elephant in the room. And we've already said it a bunch of times, but I'm going to repeat it again. Why? Why would this young man, this young athlete, talented athlete, be trying to cross an interstate where there's no sidewalks, no over, like one of those Passover bridges where you can, where it's for pedestrians so they can walk over the highway? Why is he walking in the middle of the damn interstate? Then on top of this, haven't we always learned this? We learned this as children. Look both ways before you cross the street. Right? Was this premeditated? Or was this a full-on mistake? Was this an accident? Or did he know what he was doing? You feel me? I have to ask those questions. I'm sorry for throwing it out there. My heart, my thoughts and prayers and my heart and all that stuff goes to the family because I'm not trying to stir no pot. But at the same time, though, why would you be crossing the street? They're crossing the highway. Wouldn't you stop or move back or run out the way or something like that? Why would you just cross this and then still getting hit by a dump truck? Something's not right here. Algama. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. Algama 1, as you are implying, Pascal, there is missing context here. Yes. I'm not saying the Sean King stunt, but I'm thinking, okay, we're going there. We are going there. I mean, just look at this man. Look at this man and look at his wife. They got a beautiful family, I'm sure. They got a beautiful, you know what I mean? A beautiful love and all that stuff. And I've heard stories of different things, like maybe there was that he and I guess his wife or maybe a girlfriend, I don't know, had some issues in the past, something like that. I mean, that's something that was like about a year ago or something like that. But I keep thinking, like, it's Friday night. He's in Fort Lauderdale, aka Miami, because Miami's not very far away from Fort Lauderdale. I mean, you can throw a rock, okay, and from Fort Lauderdale and hit Miami. It's not very far. It's a 20 to 30 minute drive, depending on where you're trying to go to from Fort Lauderdale. On God, okay. But here it is. You got him. Fort Lauderdale, aka Miami as well, going out there kicking and having a great time. Maybe maybe he was intoxicated. Maybe there's drugs in his system. What could there be going on? What else could there be going on? He just walks across the interstate and that's it? And then it's just a freak accident and that's all it is? I'm just saying. Josh Randall just said, copious amounts of alcohol. Maybe it was alcohol. Then the other thing is yes, Butter Pecan 9, thank you so much for the comment. Hello, sweetheart. Where was his vehicle? Which hopefully they're going to say a little bit more in this article. But like I said, it just seems strange. And from what the stories were circulating before, he was getting out of his car. They said that he got out of it. There was a story that was being said that he had a fender bender on the highway. He got out of the car and another car hit him. Then now we're hearing that he just was walking across the interstate and got hit by a dump truck. Like I said, the information's still flowing. The information is still coming out right now. But the way that this has gone down, it just seems a little strange that this is how it is. And they haven't said anything else so far. This is strange. Of course, a lot of people are still devastated. Obviously you can see teammates and friends and all that, and colleagues and all that are starting to speak and say how devastated they are about this news, so on and so forth. Now, I'm trying to see if there's something more in here. I mean, all they're saying right now is that he was there to train. He was there to train, get ready for a new season. You see what I'm saying? And then also, well, I'm going to pull that up here in a second. I want to see that for myself first before I pull that up. But, like I said, it just seems so strange that this man was out here doing what he was doing. It's depending on if he was still awake or if he was waking up early in the morning. He still went out and walked across the highway, the interstate, and now he's no longer here. And he still got hit by a dump truck. And I know everybody out here is sitting there. I saw some people going, hey, don't you start spreading rumors or speculate or start throwing out conspiracy theories. I'm not trying to do that. All I'm trying to do is ask the proper questions that still seem to be these answers or the little pieces of information are not in here yet. No one's saying anything more than just He walked across the interstate and got hit by a dump truck. That is it. What's going on with that, though? Jaslyn just said something. I just read her thing. Thank you so much for the comment. Because here's the thing, I'm still trying to get all the information too. I guess said Haskins was driving to the airport to return to Pittsburgh and stopped his vehicle to get out when he was hit by a dump truck. But see, what's up with that though? Tell me if that makes sense. Make it make sense, y'all. Not what you said, Jaslyn. I appreciate you saying what you said here. But what I'm saying is, within that statement, tell me if that makes sense. Make it make sense. So he was driving to the airport to return to Pittsburgh and stopped his vehicle to get out, and that's when he got hit by a dump truck. And it could very well be a thing where, let's be real. Let's throw this piece out. Let's just be real. Maybe he had some car issues. We have to put that in consideration. What if he had car issues? He gets out of his car, walks around the front or the back of the car, and suddenly dump truck just plows right through him. That's one thing. That definitely could happen. But they're saying that he tried to cross the highway. Why would you get out and then get into the highway? And we all know the rule. Like you got to do whatever you can to avoid getting hit by a car, right? On an interstate or highway. So when you get out of the driver's side of the car, you try to stay as much as you can away from the traffic. So if there was car issues, if there was car troubles, wouldn't he check first before he steps out into the highway? And if he did that, then you got to think about the dump truck driver. Was that guy looking at his phone? Was he falling asleep at the wheel? Was he not paying attention? I'm just saying, if Dwayne was literally just crouching down by his car and trying to see what was up with his car. You see what I'm saying? That's the piece that doesn't make any sense to me. The reports are claiming that he was crossing the street. Damn. Crossing the highway. I keep on saying street, but you know what I'm saying. That he was crossing the highway, not just getting out of the car and looking. And even so, wouldn't you check really quick? Wouldn't you do one of these? Okay, there's not a car for miles. Okay, let me check. It's not like, you see what I'm saying? It just seems strange that he would just suddenly see that there's a car coming in that lane that he just pulled off on, right? Onto the shoulder, and just go, oh, that car's coming. It's all right. He'll get out the way. Like, that doesn't make sense. To me, that doesn't make sense. To me, I would, like, at least for me, in my own common sense, I would sit there and go, okay, hold up. I see a truck coming by. I'm going to wait for it to pass by, and then I'm going to go over to the other side of the car, or try to walk across the highway so I can go to this gas station that's over there and do whatever I need to do, get a tow truck or whatever. But it doesn't make any sense the way he did things. So it makes me think either he was drunk or there was something in his system. Like I said, I mean, I'm just putting out the speculations. I'm just putting out the theories. I'm not sitting here saying that this is scripture. But this is very, very strange to me. And how he is passing, how he passed is just terrible. Very, very talented kid, 24 years old. That's terrible. Josh said there's some foul play vibes on this situation. Dwayne was a young, smart, alert, athletic. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. You got to remember, he's a QB. He's a QB, right? He's a QB. So his periphery is like out of this world. He's, you know what I'm saying? When you're on the field, you got the ball in your hand, you're about to chuck it to whoever you need to chuck it to. You're looking at this guy, you're looking at that guy, you're seeing this guy run over here, you got this, you know what I mean? There's so much going on. Your periphery and your attention to every single detail that's going on in seconds is crucial. And this is a very talented QB. You don't think that this dude would not see a truck coming at 80 miles an hour? That's why I'm saying it just doesn't seem right. Something's not right here. I'm just saying it out loud. Something ain't right, babies. Mr. T just said, "What's up, T? What's up, baby?" Said, "Hey, pull up his Instagram." I will pull up his Instagram for us so we can take a look at it as well, real quick. Hold on one second, y'all. Here's his Instagram. And T, I'm wondering, why are you asking me to pull up his Instagram? I'm just curious. But it looks like he's having a grand old time. You know what I'm saying? But I'd love to know what I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. It seems like, he's happy and he's got his beautiful wife and all that. I mean, it just seems strange. Talented dude. Like I said, this is what his job is, to see literally human trucks run after him and try to take him down with the ball in his hand. His alertness is like, it's his periphery and his attention to all that is his skill. So it doesn't make sense for him to walk out into a highway and suddenly just get hit. It's just weird. It's just weird. Oh, to see, wait, what did you say? To see if there are any connections to what may have happened. Just a hunch. Okay. Yeah. No, this is just a regular, regular photos of this young man just doing his thing, enjoying his life, young, rich, and successful. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Just a kid with a lot of potential and suddenly not here. And then, of course, you got to throw in, I know some people are sitting there going, nah, some people are saying some other things about the wife and their relationship and all those things too. But I don't think it has anything to do with this. I'm just saying that. Like I said, there's an article here where they talk about something that happened in the past. I don't know how old this actual article is. Yeah, in July of last year. I'll just show it really quick. I'm not going to dive into this too much, but it says right here, Steelers QB Dwayne Haskins' wife is arrested for knocking out his tooth and splitting his upper lip during substantial bust up in Vegas, where they went to celebrate their commitment to each other. So it sounds like, from just this, they got the mugshot and everything, y'all. Blah. That's the wife. Yeah, Tyler, damn. Like, damn. But that's just old. That's old dirt. That's old dirt. But this could possibly be some sort of hint of a pattern here. So hear me out here. Hear me out. The reason why I'm bringing this up, I'm not trying to tarnish this man at all. I'm not. But I'm trying to say that maybe that there is a history of substance abuse, alcohol abuse, really. And maybe he had a little too many. And then he was on the highway. Delano said he was pushed on the highway. He was pushed into the highway. I don't know. You never know. They have not said that he was with anybody. They have not said he was on the highway with anybody. So far, we don't know that at all. All we know is that he pulled over his car. He got out of the car, somehow tried to cross the highway, and got hit by a dump truck. And I'm literally thinking that there might be alcohol or some sort of substance that's going to be a huge, huge player in this whole situation. He may have been too drunk or too under the influence of something that caused him to pull over the ride, get out of the car, and maybe he was like, man, I'm going to take a walk. You never know. You never know. Got out of the car, tried to walk across the highway, not looking both ways before he crossed, and got hit by the truck. That is also a possibility. The possibilities of this situation, as you see, are endless with this case. He could have Sean Kingston himself, or it could have been just a full-on freak accident with no substance in his system at all whatsoever as well. But we will see what happens here. This is just terrible news. Again, this young man, Dwayne Haskins, 24 years old, a Pittsburgh Steelers QB, died this morning at 6:30 a.m. after trying to cross the interstate in South Florida and getting hit by a dump truck. It's devastating news. This is a young man that had his whole life ahead of him. Regardless of any salacious stuff of his past with his wife and all that, regardless of any of those things, this is still extremely tragic information. I know that the NFL, the National Football League, is extremely devastated, heartbroken by this news. And I think that a lot of football fans are feeling the exact same way. And all we can say is I'm hoping that more information, more of the truth comes out. Because as you see in that photo, real quick, I want to, just so I can show you guys the photo real quick of the actual highway. I just want to show you the highway one last time. You see the highway here. Let me get this video out the way. But you see the highway right here, right? That is a CTV. That's CTV camera footage. So somebody has something. They have something. They know what happened. They got the footage right here. If they got this as a screenshot right now, they're looking over that footage right now to see what actually happened to young Dwayne Haskins. They know what happened. He got pulled over or something like that. He pulled himself over or he pulled over or something. Something went down. And I feel like there is some foul play here. Not saying, and foul play could mean several different things. So I'm not sitting here saying that somebody shoved him on the highway. I'm not alluding to any of that ish. All I'm trying to say is something is afoot here. And of course, we're going to find out more as time goes on. But this is still devastating news. A young, talented athlete is no longer here. And it does make you think about, it just makes you realize that as quickly as you are here, we are quickly gone. So I say, as much as you can, do something positive for yourself, for your loved ones, be around the people that you love very much. It's terrible. This is all terrible news. Zozo Bob just said this. Zozo Bob, what's up, man? Okay, Pascal, question. He was unalived in the westbound lanes, but the rental car agencies are in the opposite direction to the east where the airport is. Like I said, strange brew. Strange things are brewing right now. I'm just going to be real. That doesn't make sense to me either. If he was crossing the street, but if he was crossing the highway this way, right? But the rental car thing is this way. That's weird. If he rented a car, if he was going to return a car rental. You never know. He may have had his own property down there. He may have his own car down there. You never know. But 9 times out of 10, if they're only there for training and whatnot, they're just kind of like, yeah, I'm just going to I'm just going to rent this car. We good. So there is a good possibility that he could have been trying to drop off his rental before he caught a plane back to Pittsburgh. So that's a very good possibility as well. It's just not adding up. The math ain't mathing to me. And I hope that in time, we're going to get more information about this as time goes on. And trust and believe, for a fact, you're going to hear it right here on the Pascal Show. Okay? But that is the show, guys. I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys really quick. That piece of information, this breaking story. My heart's broken about this because, it's another young man who had an aspiring career, had his whole life ahead of him, and now it's a wrap. Because of God knows what. That's the other thing. What is the reason here? Could this be CTE? Could this be mental health? Could this be being under the influence of something? You know what I mean? Influenced. Okay? We don't know. But hopefully there'll be more information as time goes on. Okay? And when they do break the news, you'll hear it right here on the Pascal Show. For a fact, I'm going to be listening. All right, y'all? But I appreciate y'all for being on with me this afternoon. I will be on a little bit later on to talk about this other story. We got to talk. There's more developing information about this OnlyFans model girl, Courtney Taylor. Bruh, that stuff is... Bruh, we got to talk about that tonight. So be sure to tune in. We're going to chop it up about that. You don't want to miss that information because that's a wild-ass story. Yes. And also, please go over to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Hit that subscribe button over there. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers over there, so I'd really appreciate the support and love. A lot of these shows, not this show, but a lot of my past shows, I'm going to be cutting those up into smaller bites so that you guys can watch those things at your leisure, so you don't have to listen to a whole show, right? So I appreciate you guys and your support, okay? So don't forget to hit that like button down below before you head out. Hit it, get it past 300 likes. That would really mean a lot. And of course, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Your boy is working hard out here in these streets. And it'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. Anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.